Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado, and Shiva Sai Mandir, also in Denver, Colorado. And this is Yamajit, and welcome so very much to night one of Maha Navaratri 2025. Tonight we are honoring Ma Kali, the first of the Dasha Mahavidya, the 10 great wisdom goddesses. Before we begin, just to say a little bit about the upcoming schedule for our pujas. Tonight, the 22nd, 6 p.m., Ma Kali. Tomorrow, Tuesday, September 23rd, also at 6 p.m., we'll be honoring Ma Tara. September 24th, Wednesday, 6 p.m., Ma Sudashi. September 25th, that's Thursday, 6 p.m., Bhuvaneshwari. September 26th, that's Friday, 6 p.m., Ma Bhairavi. The 27th, which is Saturday, Ma Chinnamasta. This will be at noon. September 28th, Sunday, we'll be honoring Ma Dhumavati and Ma Baglamukhi. That will also be at noon. September 29th, next Monday, we'll return to our 6 p.m. time, honoring Ma Matangi. September 30th, the 9th night of Navaratri. It's Tuesday, 6 p.m., Ma Kamla. Then October 1st on Wednesday is our Victory Day celebration, including a fire puja or homa rite to all 10 of the Mahavidya goddesses. And please go to shivamandir.org for more details. That's scheduled to begin at 7 p.m. And so again, welcome and namaste, and thank you so very much for joining us. And I'd like to say namaste to Aaron and Bryce, who are joining live on YouTube right now. Thank you so very much for joining me this evening. And Aaron, you're very welcome. And I'd like to say namaste to Channing, but Shiva Sai Mandir as well. And let's go ahead and begin with the Satsang. Om Mahakali cha vidmae smashanavashinye cha dimai tanokali prachodayat. Om and salutations to the great goddess Kali, who dwells upon the cremation ground. Inspire and enlighten our minds. Jai Ma Kali. Jai Ma Kali. Jai Ma Kali. So I'd like to refer to our altar this evening. This is part of the goddess seat, which we always have here at Shiva Mandir every Navaratri. And this is the small altar that's in front of the chair. And we have a painting of the goddess Ma Kali. This is the form known as Dakshina Kali, because she is leading with her right foot upon Lord Shiva. And I'd like to say a little bit about her symbolism. In addition to her image, and the painting of the goddess will change each night, we also have another image of Kali who will be with us through Navaratri. This is the Dashamukhi form of Ma Kali, the 10-faced form, and her 10 faces represent the 10 great wisdom goddesses, the Dasha Mahavidyas. So Kali, her name itself, means both time and darkness. So she's the great force of time and everything that evolves with time. And then think of, in terms of darkness, the black infinity of space, or also the blackness of the soil from which all things arise and to which all things return. And so her dark skin, again, is the darkness of the earth, from which we grow. She is often pictured with a protruding tongue, and the tongue represents two different things. The vulva, through which we are born, and also the flame of the burning ghat. So again, she's that great force that welcomes us into the world and also calls us home when our time has come. Her long, disheveled hair represents the interconnectedness of all things. And also the fact that her hair is loose and unbound means that her Shakti, her feminine divine power, is also unbound. She is typically shown with three eyes, two regular eyes and one in the center of her forehead. And this represents awareness of not just regular waking existence, but states of consciousness beyond the normal waking state. Her sword and her severed head. This is the cutting away of our ego attachments, those things that hold us back from expressing who we truly are. She has a skull necklace and also a skirt of arms. And when we become aware of the Divine Mother's presence within ourselves, our thoughts and our actions are her own. And that's the skirt of arms in which she wears. In other words, when we let that divine Shakti of Ma Kali flow through us, we are truly in our thoughts and our action and our actions and our words working in a co-creative role with the divine. Her skull necklace is typically 50 in number for the letters of the Sanskrit alphabet. And each of those characters is a mantra unto itself. And so her skull necklace represents the power of the word and the power of mantra. She is typically shown standing or sitting upon Lord Shiva. And the Divine Mother is the vital force. We ourselves are Lord Shiva, lying there like a corpse, and we are essentially dead until we let that divine presence come upon us and channel itself through us. Lord Shiva is typically shown very often in an excited state as he's being revived. This particular image, I'm going to bring this a little closer to the camera, and I don't know if you can see it, but he is holding a Vajra, which represents the lightning or the divine force. Vajra also means diamond, so it's an unstoppable or unbreakable force. And because his Vajra looks very much like a human spinal column, this represents the energy of the Kundalini, which rises through Sushumna Nadi, the central channel of our spines, in acts of meditation. Sometimes Shiva is shown with a standing cobra as well, and that's also represents that Kundalini energy. Her upraised hand, Abhaya Mudra, is telling us, fear not. And the downturned hand, Varada Mudra, this represents giving boons. She is typically shown as in this painting, dwelling and dancing upon a cremation ground. And what is our greatest fear? But the fear of death. And so if we can transcend the fear of death, then all our other fears tend to fall away. Sometimes, instead of the downturned hand, she is holding a kapala or a bowl made, an offering bowl made from a human skull. and this represents the transformation of consciousness. Typically, she is sky-clad or naked. The universe is her clothing. Or she is shown wearing nothing but a tiger skin. Sometimes in her oldest form, Ma Chamunda, in kind of a skeletal, gaunt form, she is also shown with an owl. The owl is a night hunter and an ambush predator, as is a tiger. And so this reminds us that death in chains often comes without warning. And so instead of fearing it, we should accept it. And in letting go of those fears, we are given the boons of her blessing. She is sometimes shown holding a trident as well. The 3 points of the trident or the trishula, represent the powers of creation, preservation, and destruction. The trident also represents, in human subtle anatomy, the 3 main energy channels of the body. Ida Nadi on the left, or the lunar channel, the more receptive energy. Pingala Nadi on the right side, the more dynamic energy, also known as the solar channel. And then Shushumna Nadi, running up the center of the spine. Additionally, the 3 prongs of the trident represent 3 divine functions. Ita Shakti, the power of will; Jnana Shakti, the power of knowledge; and Kriya Shakti, the power of action. And her fearsome appearance that we see on the cremation ground is but an illusion. When we transcend our fears, we discover the loving, compassionate mother to whom she truly is. Jai Ma Kali. Jai Ma Kali. Jai Ma Kali. Nama. Jai Ma. So for our puja, I invite you to